Hello everyone, Lau here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new toy hunting video. I went to flea markets again and want to show you what I got and show you exactly the footage from the flea market, you know, as I always do. Well, it's currently end of June when I'm filming this, and actually I had planned for the month of June to not go out to any flea markets. Mainly because I was kind of overwhelmed with all the stuff I found in May in flea markets, and I wanted to get through with more unboxings, and you know, that's why I was like, let's skip the months of June for flea markets. Yeah, I know it's actually a shame because, you know, summer and a lot of flea markets are happening, but like I couldn't, like, it was like getting stuff from this flea market and then that, and that was all a big pile waiting for me to clean it, yada yada yada. And I think I managed to do that for 3 weeks, so no flea markets, that was fine. But like that one weekend, now I think 2 weeks ago, where my friends were over and we had some time to kill in the kind of morning before we went out, like for what we had planned in the afternoon. We were walking through my neighborhood, and then we were like, we just might have a look at our, like, my local flea market, and well, almost nothing, because I was like, we were like very late in the day. It was like already 11 or something, so wasn't expecting to find anything anyways. But the very last vendor was like, turned out to be, oh my goodness, I'm so happy I went out that day. I did not even have the camera with me, so what you're gonna see is cell phone footage that my friend Kirshu took of me. Just see yourself. Also, I'm doing a voiceover because my mic at the phone is not really good. There you can see this Barbie. I immediately knew I would buy her. She has very, very long hair. Maybe you know who she is. This is not her original dress, though. And the people selling these dolls also had tons of Barbie fashions individually packed. So this is an original wedding dress, for example. There, didn't buy it because I'm not huge into wedding dresses. And a lot of these kind of fashion packs had a couple of real Barbie items in them. So I was looking through them. Some of them I could recognize, some of them I was not interested in. Like, I knew that this is an original jacket for Barbie, rather Ken, but I have it. And some of them I was like, I needed to check, like, is this something? They allowed me to take them out of the little bag so I could have a look, like, inside. Is this something interesting? Does it have a tag? These things did not, so I left them. No tag there. Luckily, I had kind of enough time there. Nobody was standing like behind me and also wanting a part of it, so I really could look through it and just get what I was really interested in. I know people often say, why didn't you get like the whole lot? That would maybe have been like per piece individually, then cheaper. But there's always a lot of stuff that I'm not interested in, and what I'm gonna do with that? So I'd rather always pick up individual things that I'm interested in. So there are separate, more like lingerie pieces. I have no idea what that big black furry thing is. It's like a cape with a fur hem. I don't think it's Barbie. I mean, maybe it is, but not really to my liking. They also had some of these fashions, and some of the dolls that she told me they come from a airplane company. Airline, that's what I meant. I've never seen them. And there you can see I'm putting out pieces that I'm interested in. Yeah, this as well. It's a whole fashion pack. And here I'm checking if these trousers are not that interesting, but this little top, yep, has a Barbie tag. So I didn't know it before, but like, once I see a Barbie tag, I get immediately more interested in the piece. And the good thing is that they also allowed me to put out like separate pieces and combine them with others. So if I didn't want like these pants, they were okay for me to just buy the top, etc. They had just pre-packaged it because they thought it's easier for children to then get a whole outfit or something. Not knowing that most of these things are more interesting for adults because most of the stuff is late 80s, early 90s. So exactly my era. Here I was checking about this top, and I thought it was not, maybe not Barbie, but like in the end I found out it is. Whatever, at that point I did not get it. This is, by the way, a whole outfit, really, a fashion pack, complete. I mean, easy to recognize because it got the same pattern. This as well, Hawaiian fun, I immediately recognized it. This is a suit from a Ken, which I knew, that's why I picked it out. I was interested in it. I thought at first it was a my first Ken, but it actually is not. And you know what? There is a Ken, and I check him. Is it the one that belongs to this? I'm checking if what kind of articulation he has. And yep, that's it. So it would be stupid to leave him. And I decided to take the camera the phone filming in my hands again to maybe you have a little bit of a closer look. I wanted to also show you this doll, or rather, well, the outfit she's wearing, because this is a bikini or like monokini from Wet n Wild. The head of the doll is actually a super old Steffi from the GGR. The body is probably just the Barbie body. Here you can see her. I was so happy. And this, I was at first like, do I wanna? But I really didn't want to get this doll because it's not a Barbie, but this is also an original Barbie fashion pack. I think like lingerie one. By the way, this video was filmed long before I got the package from Raising 7 and Devon. That's why I'm not talking about a second totally hair Barbie in this video. This was the first one I found before I knew I would get another one sent to me. Oh my goodness! Finally here she is. I found totally hair Barbie. I've had the dress for quite a long time. It is even, I think, the second dress that I had in my possession, like found at flea markets. And I think before I went out like Barbie hunting, like when I was just looking for other toys and that had gotten into Barbie collecting, I think I had seen like one or two of them. But like, yes, I wanted to find her on my own. I knew she would be out there. I mean, she is, I think till this day, the like most sold, so the best selling Barbie of all time. So she is not rare. So she must be out there. And there she was. She was wearing that big poofy pink dress, and I was at first like, and her hair was kind of not like in a kind of, I don't know, kind of knot together, and I was like, is that even her? But that quickly we looked like online. Yes, because who else would have this long hair? And then well, she has these earrings, and she does have the ring, and her hair was not cut. I'm so happy. The lady that, or the what's an elderly couple, they sold the Barbies. They wanted €4 per doll, and then €1 per you know, they sold like the fashion packs, so to say, in those envelopes. And like I put together a little haul. And yeah, I'm just so happy. You might, some of you who might be more like also very well versed into like Barbie fashions, you are like, oh, the pink dress that she was wearing, that was something amazing. Yeah, I didn't get it because I'm stupid, or because it's just not my taste really. The pink dress that she was wearing originally there at the market was a private collection from 1988. And it had almost all the pieces, but at the flea market I didn't recognize it. Also, I didn't really like it. The material did not feel really well. It was very stiff, very like, you know, those materials that have like mesh, but it's very hard and stuff like that. I also, when we exchanged clothes, because I exchanged it for something else, I didn't see a Barbie tag in it, so I was really not interested, and I didn't like it, so I didn't get it. Later on I realized, oopsie, that was a private collection fashion pack. Okay, well, but what I actually got with the doll, I mean, you see I also got a couple of fashion pieces there and another doll. We will get there, but so the piece that I put on her instead was one that another doll there was wearing, which is this bathing suit. And I was like so happy to see that, because that goes into the Wet n Wild line. And I don't know, that's why I took this instead of the big poofy dress. But like the main thing that I was so happy with anyways was Totally Hair Barbie. Yeah, you see her hair is crimped, super long. She's from 1991, and her, like, I don't know if it's necessarily just her or her complete line is like the best-selling Barbie of all time. I think it's definitely like her, but she also, you know, there's a Ken, I do have him. There is a brunette version of Barbie. There is another brunette doll with a Steffi face, which is Whitney. There was a Totally Hair Skipper and also a Totally Hair Courtney. So there were a couple of them, but I think this pink version is like the main thing, and she is like one of the most iconic Barbies of all time. I did not have her as a child, although I clearly remember like knowing about her. I didn't like watch a lot of TV commercials.
You've got the longest hair ever.
Totally hot, totally cool, totally hair Barbie. Comb it out, add some depth, gel it, scrunch it, now you're set. Make it fun, make it now. Hair so long, it's totally wow. Totally hair, totally hot, totally cool, totally hair Barbie. You've got something special. Wow.
Totally Hair Barbie doll has blonde or brunette hair down to her toes and comes with depth styling gel. Dolls each sold separately.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that commercial. It's iconic, but I think I just knew her from like either friends or from going to a toy store, because I had a doll, a Steffi Love, with a similar feature. She had also pretty long hair and she came with gel. And that's like her feature, this you could put the gel in her hair and all of that. So I had kind of a knockoff version of that. Yeah, you saw at the flea market, I think her hair didn't look that nice, and I recrimped it. Yeah, the hair was still good, and I was kind of contemplating, because when I've washed it and went through it with, you know, conditioner, etc., it was still pretty crimped, and I was like, should I leave it? Should I not leave it? I took a little bit of footage so you can see how it went. So here you can see her hair before. It looked actually pretty gray, and Kanekalon hair can get gray. So I was like, is it actually? But it was just dirty. This was all just dirt. You can see it, not very a pleasant look, but yeah, conditioning it, brushing it out, so much dirt came out. So the hair got super, super platinum again. Here is it after the first, you know, wash and conditioning. The crimp of her hair is still visible. and it looks pretty okay here in another lighting as well. The ends are a little bit frizzy, but I was really not sure at that moment, do I need to change it? So there I tried out the other Barbie, the short hair. Well, there is one with my, where I tried my crimping iron. That would be here the different types that I can do, like the smallest ones, the bigger ones, which ones would be suitable for the Totally Hair Barbie, or should I just not do it? I was really indecisive about it, because there you can see, like, this is like the original crimp, and then I tried one crimp out. This is one that I can do. It's a little bit like smaller, and some of the crimps are looking still pretty good from the original crimp, but then I decided, no, I'm gonna get all of her hair like crimped new. Yeah, I was doing it. The right side you can see already crimped freshly, and this is after like a boil wash, so the crimp was almost gone. But there she is. I'm really happy I did it, because there's nothing than a freshly crimped Barbie. So I, in the end, decided, yes, I want to recrimp it. It's with this crimping iron here. I wanted to try it out for a long time already, and now I had the perfect doll to do it. The important thing is when you get yourself such a crimping iron is that you can lower the temperature. So this one goes as low as 160 degrees Celsius, and that's fine. That totally works on wet hair for Kanekalon, because it's Kanekalon hair. I've not tried it on Saran hair, or I've not tried it on like nylon hair, but I guess it should probably work the same. I mean, look at that. I'm super happy I did it. The truth is, she would have looked probably good as well, just the way I combed her out and washed and conditioned it, but like nothing can beat this. She looks brand new. Her crimps are maybe a tiny bit smaller than the original ones, but this is the biggest crimp this one goes. You can exchange the plates here, so you can take them out, but all the rest of the ones that I have are even smaller, which is also cool, because there are, for example, especially in the late 90s, a couple of dolls that have really small crimps, so I could use that. But this is the biggest I can go, and like I'm just so thrilled that I have her. By the way, I also took this comb with me. I do have it already, but this is the original Totally Hair Barbie comb, so I have now the one that she directly came with. So this is hers, and look at this beautiful face. And I opted to like style her bangs upwards, not downwards. I often do like this, you know, the flip down, but she was always shown like with the hair up, so her bangs up, so it's more original. Yeah, put these shoes on, and there's so many more accessories that go to her. For now, I just have one accessory that actually would go to the brunette version, kind of a shawl thing in green. But I'm happy enough that, I mean, I'm pretty sure I will come across some of the accessories at one point. So, but she's not the only doll that I picked up, because, yes, I took the Ken that was there. At first I was not that interested. I don't know how exactly what you saw in the footage. This suit was separately as a, like, sold it as a fashion pack, so to say, but I recognized that it would be, actually my brain went to my first Ken. This is Icecapades Ken, or in German, or like European probably, referred to as Holiday on Ice Ken.
Ribbons in her hair.
Only you, Icecapades Barbie.
There's a Barbie.
Icecapades Barbie doll in leotard with a removable skirt. Ken doll sold separately from Mattel.
Because Icecapades was not a thing in Europe, it was always called Holiday on Ice. So here's a skating, so ice skating Ken. I don't have his ice skates, but this is the original suit that went to it, the original doll. The jacket, they also had the jacket at the flea market, together with another like black trousers or something. But I knew I had this jacket at home. For quite a while I wasn't able to identify it because I always thought it would go to Barbie because it even has shoulder pads inside. Can you see that? There. So, but now it goes to Ken. This is his jacket, so I did not pick up this other, you know, fashion pack separately at the flea market. I mean, they were just, you know, packaged in like this. They were not really fashion packs anymore. I just thought what could go together and wanted to sell it. At the flea market, I was still thinking this is my first Ken from 1989. But he has just the exact same face and a very similar outfit. A lot of my first Kens came also with kind of like this suit underneath and then the kind of glittery jacket on top, etc. But it's Ice Capade. It's not one of my first Kens, but his face is, I would say it's actually the same. So a little creepy, but as I saw that this suit was there and I was like, I should not divide them because I wanted to pick this originally up for my first Ken. I have one from 1993, but then I was like, wait, this even goes to the dolls. I would be stupid. So I picked up these two dolls and a couple of fashions. So first of all, I always show you this. This was what the Ken was wearing at the flea market, and I was able to identify it as being, whoopsie, as being actually something from Fred, from Petra. So we've got these cargo pants, this shirt, floral and white shoes, and I was able to identify it. Petra is really tricky for me to identify, through one of those Petra Revue magazines, Fred International Collection. But there you can see it. So, and let's get through a couple of more of the fashion pieces here. This they cleverly had put together. I mean, it's easy to see that this belongs together. It's like a tube top, a little vest on top, and a little mini skirt. This is something from the springtime fashions from 1990. Then this was kind of difficult. I knew it would be Barbie because it has a Barbie tag. That's why I picked it up, and the whole look, yeah, it's somewhat early 90s, late 80s Barbie. But it was so difficult for me to identify because I didn't really get the idea that this would be Skipper. It is a Skipper dress from the Looking Lively fashions from 1988. I saw this and I was like, yep, that's the dress. So 1988. So all of the stuff there was from like late 80s, early 90s. Not, I think the newest thing there was probably the Hollywood, the Totally Hair Barbie. So that would also already give me an indication when the fashions would be from. Like with this one, I also picked it up because it had the Barbie tag. I checked at the flea market. I'd never seen that one. It reminded me more of like the Tropical Barbie or something like that. But it is a fashion pack, I think Fashion Finds from 1988. Yeah, just this dress, the neck holder. This is leather material, but one that it's very much better than the usual, you know, one that crumbles off after a while. This will withstand the time, I'm pretty sure. Then I needed to get this. I immediately knew it would be Barbie from the, you know, late 80s, early 90s. It's so neon, and it is from the Hawaiian Fun fashion packs from 1990. I also had this one in there. I picked these two up just mainly because I could see that that one also has a Barbie bee in the front, so it must be Barbie. This I was already pretty sure wouldn't be Barbie. It's just a very, very simple red skirt. It is probably Steffi Love or something like that. But I was like, this must be Barbie. It was really hard to find out. We will go to it. I will come to it at a later point in this video, because at that point it was like very almost impossible to identify. Just keep it in mind, but we will get to it. And I already mentioned that I picked up this Wet n Wild monokini, because it's more like a bathing suit, but it's almost like a bikini. It actually goes to the Kira. The Wet n Wild Barbie line is from so 89. Had, you know, Barbie, Ken, other characters, and also had a Kira, so the black-haired doll. I think we have the line also in here. This is a 1990 catalog, so 89, then release date 90. The beach doll line. There they are. Ken and Skipper and Kira and Barbie. And the cool feature, that's why I was like, oh, I want to find one day one of those bikinis for sure, is that they will change color in cold water. I tried it out. It's very subtle, or very hard to get it to change at all. I had to put it in the freezer. I have a little bit of footage and it turns back to pink, so only this pink changes a little bit to purple. It changes back pretty quick. I had to put the thing in the freezer to trigger the color change, because just with cold water it was not working. So the pink part turns purple, there you can see it, but it immediately changes back. Here already, shwop, it turns pink again. There's a little bit of the purple left, but yeah, it probably was working better when it was new. Yeah, I'm almost certain that the doll that was wearing this at the flea market was still the body of Wet n Wild Kira, just had a different hat on. It had a hat on, a very old doll hat from a DDR Steffi. So like East German doll from like probably the 60s or something, or maybe 70s. Not interested in that. And it was definitely not her original body. So body was probably the one from the Wet n Wild Kira, because it had the Mattel thing on. But I picked, as I said, this up with her together. And these fashions here, and was kind of really happy. That was everything I picked up that one day. But after then starting to research and looking at the footage, I was like, oh shoot, I didn't realize that this one thing is the private collection dress. There was another doll that had like lingerie pieces on that go to fancy frills. I wanted to look if, because they told me that they had like at least 2 more dolls that they would bring the next weekend. And I think there was one more that was like, that I didn't identify at the, yeah, this wedding dress. I don't know if I had it on camera, was from Wedding of the Year 1989. So I was also like, maybe I should get back to them and see if they still have it. And this red and white polka dotted thing could be from Paris Pretty. So I was like, oh shoot, I left a lot of stuff. I definitely went out to the next weekend and to that flea market again. I did find them again, but they had sold a lot of the stuff already. Well, I'm back at the vendor that I visited last weekend when I didn't have my camera with me, and my friend Kirschu just filmed a little bit via my phone. Afterwards I researched a little bit, and I was a little bit stupid for not getting the big dress, the big poofy pink one, which I found out was a special collection Barbie set. I'm not too mad about, because I actually didn't like it when I saw it. And she has like, I think 2 more dolls with her. And she is an original one, obviously. She might be a bridal Barbie. I haven't identified her, but her hair is badly cut. This is original Hollywood. I always want to say Hollywood. Totally Hair, and this is the doll I got from her, the Totally Hair. So, and this is I don't know if that is an original set. Probably not. But these go to the Hawaiian Fun outfits. I picked up one, and I also found out that this is original Barbie, or at least I'm sure, and this I think. And then I saw, or at least I had a closer look at these. And there is a bunch of original stuff and also non-original. I know this goes to, I think, a Petra set. But this star here, I have to research which Barbie it goes to, but it's original. There are a couple of original things in, so I might just ask for these two. Maybe this. I'm actually not interested in this, to be quite honest, but... And I try to find out, I don't think it's the original Disney set. Then here again, but I'm not that interested. And the rest is the same except for the dress, the wedding dress, which is also not in here anymore. So someone bought it, which is fine, which was also original. I knew it when I saw it at the flea market last weekend, but I'm just not the biggest fan of wedding dresses, so I just left it. I don't have to buy everything. So now my question is just, is this an original dress? It doesn't have a Barbie tag. But it could be one from those magazine sets that looked a little bit more historic. So it could be the French or something. But I'm not really interested. I might still pick this one up. So, but it's cool that these pieces are still there because I want them. Okay, so you saw it. I did not pick up a doll from them. The doll that they brought, you know, the one with the super short hair. I showed it to you. Beautiful face. I did not pick her up because the hair was super gray, super short, super not in a good condition. She didn't have earrings, ring, anything. But I found out who she actually is. So that would have been Superstar Barbie from 1988. So not the first Superstar Barbie that gave like the face the name from 77. That was the one from 88. The one with the super huge pink puffy dress. So this would have been her. But like I'm not mad that I didn't pick her up because like there was almost nothing left of her beauty. But in this whole, where is it actually? Accessory lot that I also got from them because I picked up 2 of these accessory lots. You saw it. This is something that went to the Superstar Barbie. So now I have the charm of Superstar Barbie. It even says Mattel 1988 at the back. But nothing else indicated to me at the flea market that that would have been Superstar Barbie. Anyways, her hair was horrible. And they had sold out of a lot of the pieces already. They did not have like any of the dolls from last time. They didn't have any of the fashions, the private collection, the wedding dress, etc., etc. But I still managed to gather a couple of things that I was still interested in because meanwhile I had identified also some other stuff. So let's start with this. Do you remember I said like what is this? This actually goes to a doll called Show and Ride Barbie that I had absolutely like, I don't know, I've never realized that this Barbie was a thing. She was in a riding costume, but you could switch her up from trousers also into a skirt, so she would more like presenting the horse, not just riding. So show and ride Barbie. And you know what? They did also have the skirt. So now I have the top, the skirt. It would come with a red riding jacket. I have a very similar one. I don't think it is the one because it doesn't have the one that should go to this fashion pack. It's actually 89, so it looks a little bit older when you see it, but you know, similar red riding jacket. So the jabot would look out of it, so you would see the Barbie be the original one. The one that would belong to it would not have a black lapel, but you can imagine this, a blonde Barbie, obviously a riding cap, but also for the other outfit, so not for the one when she's riding, but when she's presenting the horse, this hat, I had the hat. So I never knew that this was a Barbie piece. So now I have quite a lot of pieces that go to this outfit because I picked up the skirt. It's a flared, like midi skirt, I would say. This, and when you picture it with a red riding jacket, this is almost the whole outfit minus, you know, that this would also come with the trousers and a riding cap and the Barbie, and there was also a set that directly came with the horse. So show and ride Barbie. Here she is. And just by having this top with the jabot that looked out, I was almost not able to identify her. But yeah, that's her, that's the horse, that's the outfit, this is the ruffly top. Yeah, but I also got a couple of other more fashion pieces because I was able to identify this as belonging to the Pretty Choices fashions from like 87. It's kind of a floral top that came with white shorts. This thing also goes to the Pretty Choices fashions. It would come with a long dress, but this is just like a wrap. You would probably wrap it around the waist like a scarf or like more like a belt or something. This I picked up. This I thought I knew what it was, but now I'm like, no, shoot, I cannot identify it. I don't know if it's even Barbie or not. They sold it together with this skirt, which is clearly not Barbie, something else. But this, it's so, I think I have seen it. That's why I took it. I was like, oh, I know, I can identify this. And now I can't. I was like, this is clearly Barbie. And now I'm like, no, it's not. I don't know. The like skirt that I already showed you was together with this super big like coat or jacket. Obviously not real fur, and I don't think it is Barbie because it has a Velcro. And being from 89, 90, around that time, a jacket from Barbie would not have Velcro in the front. It would come with, you know, at least these plastic snap buttons. A little older, mid-80s, still definitely with, you know, metal snap buttons. So I'm pretty sure this is not Barbie, but it's Barbie size and it's a pretty cool thing. So I picked also up this, all of these pieces. This is the comb that would go to the Superstar Barbie. So I have now the charm and the comb. I did not pick up the Barbie, as I said. Yeah, definitely more accessories because a couple of them I took from some of the other dolls. They were not that happy because they thought like they would never sell the dolls when I would take their accessories, but you know what? These little like bangles go to this outfit. So this I picked up the first weekend, the Hawaiian Fun, and I know that Hawaiian Fun comes with these bracelets, these neon bracelets. One is missing, a pink one. Yeah, I remember having one Hawaiian Fun outfit as a child, and I can clearly remember these. These came with all of the Hawaiian Fun fashions. So I picked up these. And one more that looks very similar. This. But this is more like a spiral. So you could also use it for hair for the Barbies. And you know what? That goes to the Wet n Wild Kira. So I have now these pieces from the Wet n Wild Kira. So I was like clever enough to make the connection. Also picked this up from one of the dolls that she was selling. So I did this together with the seller. I asked her if I could get these accessories, etc. Then interestingly enough, there's this brown belt in, which goes to this Fred outfit. Now I have the complete outfit from the Petra Fred doll. There were a couple of shoes in, so red ones, the typical Barbie heels, pink ones, very likely from the Superstar Barbie, and a couple of also white ones, and some of these mules in white. And a couple of very shiny accessories. So you can see here hair clips. There's also a bow hair clip, a necklace, and then these pieces, comb and mirror and this. And I know that this goes to Petra. So this was definitely out of a Petra accessory pack. So not Barbie. So my guess is that maybe also these shiny like hair accessories might also go to the Petra, but maybe it is something else. I just haven't seen it somewhere, like from a Barbie accessory pack. Yeah, so all of these things that I picked up the second day were like €5 together, and the first day with the 2 dolls and the fashions were like €12. So not the cheapest, but still pretty fun for all of these like fashion pieces, accessory pieces, you know, and these very, very cool dolls. But obviously I didn't stop there. Oh, wait. I forgot one of the very best pieces. Where is it? That was also on one of the dolls. That was on the Superstar Barbie. But this goes obviously to her. So this is one of the accessories for Totally Hair Barbie. Ta-da! So one step closer with my Totally Hair Barbie with gathering a couple of the accessories. But yeah, when you are at the flea market, obviously I didn't just leave when I found this vendor. I like went over the flea market and I found a couple of other things.
Von daher herzlich willkommen.
Danke. Okay, it's another box of Barbies, and I immediately see that there are a couple of older ones in between. Sadly, she has a little bit of cut hair. She is 80s, like definitely. And there's Barbie fashions. Oh my, I already see this is Crystal Barbie's dress. Oh wow. That's amazing. This is not Crystal Barbie, but this is her dress. So yeah, I'm just already putting it aside. I'm not sure. She is probably a simple like style Barbie, but she has nice hair. And here's another one. She's definitely from the 90s. Oh, she might be the... I mean, I think I've seen her at flea markets, never picked her up, but now I have her complete outfit. She is one of the riding Barbies. Horse riding Barbie. The one with the checkered top, jacket, whatever. And I think the rest might be newer, but I mean, still worth a look. Newer is in like 2000s and Millie Face, so Anna. There is another one from that era. There's definitely a big Barbie horse underneath. Oh, here is, I don't know, this is also a little bit later. More from that era, I guess. Bike and all of that. Okay, let's have a look at the fashions. Because I immediately see that most of the stuff is also new. This is still with the 90s logo. I don't know what this is. Some kind of fairy thing. It's cute. Oh, these are two of the sleeping bags from the camp days or camp Barbie. I never really know what the set is called. Camping Barbie, camping days, camp days. So definitely like early 90s or mid 90s, should rather say. this is a Barbie comb. Okay, I would never have expected that. I would like to, maybe I put the stuff over here. Giant dress. This. Is this something? I think it's Barbie, but it's probably newer. Doesn't have a tag. This could be from a Fashion Avenue set. Or not, I'm just guessing. The material is familiar, but I cannot place it. Okay, that's what I was hoping, to find some more Barbie shoes. At the bottom. Yeah, that's good. I don't know if these are pairs, but let's grab all of them that I can. Another white one. Yeah, more dolls and more fashion pieces. So this was kind of a surprise because, like, yes, this box looked very much just like, you know, from a pretty modern perspective, like dolls from like maybe 10 years ago or something. But in there was one that I was immediately like, oh, she looks old. Her body looks older. Whenever you still have a doll that has the Mattel stamp on the butt and not on the back, you can tell it must be like, it can't be like late 80s. It must be something like mid 80s or earlier. And yeah, unfortunately she has a little bit of cut hair, but I want to get to it. I want to rehair this because it's not a lot. It's just probably a child wanted to cut bangs into it. But so yeah, I want to rehair her. And at the flea market I was like, wait, it's probably, I mean, she has just straight arms. She has a pretty deep tan. She has very like soft makeup. Who is this? This is just a normal, you know, style Barbie. But when I arrived home, I was almost already like, wait, her face, this like really soft makeup and everything, and her hair and the way she looks, isn't the from this last Malibu Barbie line? Because, you know, the first Malibu Barbie was released in 1971. You know, the suntan Barbie. Over the time there were more Malibu lines than, I don't know what they were all called. The first one was the Sunset Malibu, then we had blah blah blah. They were all of the kind of beach lines, beach Barbies that were released had the word Malibu in them, up until 1984, when this girl, she was released. She was also still a Malibu beach Barbie line, and it's the Sun Gold Malibu one, but 84, so early 80s. She would come with this bikini. I have it. It's just not in a really good condition. It has this silver gold checkered design, and it's almost gone from me here, and it's very, very stretched in the back. But like, this is the original sun gold Malibu bikini, or rather swimsuit. From the back it looks like a bikini. Her hair is really nice still, saran hair, really, really golden, blonde, just, you know, this. But I want to rehair her. Her body is in really good condition. This is still when, you know, the early 80s Barbies had still the very, very sharp feet, but you see nobody has chewed on them, and this is still so good. You can't do these like two like clicks with the legs with, you know, 90s Barbies. They won't stay. This is just like, this is so satisfying. Like the dolls of the 70s and early 80s still had such good legs. I mean, this is still fine if you like, you can still do one click, but the third one will probably go back very, very easy. I mean, she is still pretty okay, but I have a lot of dolls from the 90s where I can do just kind of one click and that's it, and the second click flips back to the one before. But this is still, it feels different. It's just, I don't know. I'm so happy about her. So, by the way, in between I have rehaired her, so at least the front part. I did not have the exact hair color because I had two different blonde tones. One was a little darker and one was a little lighter than her original hair, so I like mix it up. So it's like a mix of these both colors, and now she's fabulous again. Also picked up this doll. She is late 90s, or like, actually not late. She's like mid 90s. I think she is 1994, release date 1995. And this is her original outfit. This is horse riding Barbie. I have her outfit. You see, I don't have her shoes. I don't have her riding cap. And she's actually missing the ruffles around the hems of her jacket. But I knew I would have pieces of her outfit. So I was like, yeah, she is fine. Her hair looks really good. Typical very light blonde Kanekalon hair of the 90s. It's not cut. Her face is nice. She has her earrings. I just pick her up. 1996 Mattel dealer's catalog. There she is. You see, she had more like silver ruffles also around the edges. But this is her 1996. So she is a 1994 doll. Had a release in 1995 and still was sold in 1996. So she was probably the most, the best-selling riding Barbie at that time. I, for example, had a little bit of a later one. Mine was called Equestrian Barbie. She had a red top, etc. But yeah, so I have her, a really very, very common Barbie. I've seen her very often at the flea market. Never picked her up because like I didn't have the fashions and like whatever, and now I decided because I had something else that I wanted to pick up, and this, so like, yeah, that made sense. Bundle everything together, you always get a better price. But you know what, the coolest piece honestly almost of this thing, of this whole lot, is this, because this is Crystal Barbie's dress, and I do have the ruffle around the shoulders for the longest time already. And this is her dress. I don't have the Barbie yet. She is an 80s Barbie. She's from 85, I think, or 84. It might also be 84. Might be from the same year as her. Do I have her somewhere in here? I think so. Oh, by the way, here is the Sun Gold Malibu line again, or at least a couple of the dolls. There she is. Also Skipper and Ken from that time, so her. But I'm pretty sure Crystal Barbie's also in here. So Crystal Barbie, Crystal Ken. There's the dress. I wish to come across this doll once. She's also recognizable because she has purple eyes. Is a mid-80s Barbie with purple eyes. I would probably recognize her when I saw her at the flea market. By the way, Crystal Ken was the first doll that introduced this face mold, mid-80s. And one of the last dolls of Ken that had this face mold, by the way, is this. So the Ice Capades Ken is one of the last dolls to use the Crystal Ken face mold. 89, and this is like 84 release, maybe even 83. It might even be 83, I'm not exactly sure. I mean, this is from 85 here, but like dolls were on the shelves for a longer period of time back then. It's not that they introduced, like the 80s, they didn't have so many new Barbie releases. So a very like a good selling doll would even stay on the shelves maybe for 1 or 2 years even in specific toy stores, and they would also still be advertised in the Barbie journals and magazines. Yeah, but I picked up more pieces, so let's go through them quickly. I cannot identify this. This is like a, you know, you see it, it's like a fairy dress. It has still the 90s Barbie logo in it. This one was definitely also still used in the early 2000s because I can feel by the Velcro, it is more of the early 2000s Velcro that Mattel used. But I'm so bad at identifying fashions from that era. I can't. Did this come on a doll? Did this come in a fashion pack? I have researched like far and wide for like fairy fashion packs, or like there are things that are more like, you know, fantasy fashions and stuff like that. I can't find it. I even searched for all of the Tooth Fairy Barbies from that era. I cannot find out. If anyone knows where this goes to, it's such a cute dress. I picked it up because like it's in good quality and still has the Barbie tag in it, the late 90s Barbie tag, but like I cannot find out where this goes to. It might even also be late 90s. It does not have to be early 2000s, but like, I don't know. Very cool is that there were 2 of the sleeping bags from the Camp Barbie line. Barbie Camp. German version would be called Freizeit Barbie. So I also have this one from Ken. I have the Teresa of that line, and they all came with these, you know, sleeping bags with stars on it that would glow in the dark, and you can turn this kind of inside out into a little backpack. Ta-da! The pink one came with Barbie from that line. The purple one came with Midge. So I have so many pieces now for that line, but I don't have like most of the dolls or anything. I'm very sure that a couple of the shoes also go to that, because yeah, I picked out so many shoes. A lot of them are actually singles, but like whatever. This blue one would go to Midge, so with a purple backpack. One of the pink ones, I don't know, the light pink or the mid pink one, would go to Barbie. So these are the typical Camp Barbie shoes, but this shoe mold would also be used for others, like for Beat Blast and whatever. So picked up 3 typical Barbie brushes. You know, you can never have enough of them. Different pinks, but I think these are exactly the same pink, and one in white, which I actually thought it would be kind of maybe, you know, because the inside looked more like pink, but it's probably they just brushed hair that, you know, the color came out or something. So this, oh yeah, this was one of the dresses that the horse riding Barbie was wearing. I have no idea. It's probably something where you could craft a little bit yourself and color it or something. It's probably Barbie from the 2010s or something, I guess. I was right. I was correct. This goes to a Fashion Avenue set. Sometimes I'm surprised by myself how I kind of know it, but it's the material, the little like you know, bags with a little like ribbon in front. A lot of them go to Fashion Avenue packs, and one there's also the little bag. So that one I picked up. not go into super detail, but you see a whole bunch of shoes. Let's say half of it are pairs, half of it are just singles. So one of my favorite pairs here for sure is the flats for Skipper, because these are a little bit more rarer to find than the typical Barbie heels. And I have a Skipper that I always wanted to put on pink shoes, and I never had, so very, very good. But you saw it, like lots of the typical 90s heels and a couple others. So then I saw that they had this. This is clearly like newer Barbie. You see it from the logo here. This is probably 2010s or something, but it's a crimping iron. Didn't I just like do stuff with the crimping iron? Yeah, sure, this one is not, it cannot really heat up, but I'm almost sure that when you just put this under very, very hot water, get it a little bit hot, you could probably still use it on Barbie, like Kanekalon hair, because this Kanekalon hair really easily takes the crimps. So I'm pretty sure this is functioning, and this is a real Barbie one. It still has kind of the same size. No, it's smaller than this one. It has a smaller crimp, but I want to try it out. And I mean, a pink Barbie crimping iron. Just when I like started really crimping Barbie hair myself was just too funny, so I picked it up. Initially, the guy who sold the Barbies and all of the fashions, etc., was like, yeah, €4 per doll, and I was like, oh, then I pick out a couple of fashions and da. But in the end, you know, you saw it. I picked up 2 Barbies, lots of fashions, lots of fashion pieces, the crystal Barbie dress, etc., etc. And he was like, let's do €7. And I was like, eh? Oh yeah, fine. Because I mean, even he said like €4 per doll, that would be more than €7 with all of these pieces. So I didn't want to haggle with him. And like just a couple of minutes later, when I had picked out all of these pieces, a woman came and bought the whole thing. Bought the whole Barbie lot with all of the fashions and everything, also for very cheap. But I'm just happy that I was a couple of minutes earlier at this banner. You know, otherwise all of this would have been gone. But I'm not someone who picks up these whole lots, because what should I do with all of these 2010s Barbies? I don't need them. I'm rather someone who picks out separate pieces, so I'm much more happy with that. And I continued walking through the flea market, so this is so strange. I just needed to show it to you because from far away I was like, oh, that looks like lots of legs, or like a knockoff of that one, but it has a doggy head, and the dog head is wearing a hat. So what the fuck? It's definitely old. It's not. I don't know what this is, but like, it's just too funny. I'm not picking it up. But and what is this? Why does it have this thing here in the front? I don't know. Is this My Little Pony? Oh, it's a Minty. It's a G3 Minty in the walking pose. I don't have this Minty. Oh, I'm so happy. There were more Barbies, but just like super new and ugly stuff. I even found a pony, so happy. It's not a G1 pony, no, it's a G3. It's a G3 Minty, and it's one that I don't have. I have Minty, I have 2 Minties. This is one in the, I more or less call it like walking pose, but I think it's more called trotting pose. So Minty is a very famous character in My Little Pony. There have been like, you know, it has been a Minty in generation 1 already. She looked different, but she still was a, you know, green pony. But a G3 Minty also, I think, in a cartoon, etc., was a main character. And there have been so many releases of Minty. Minty was released in like 7 different poses, and across the poses multiple releases. So this one is the one from, let me check, 2007? No, I didn't write it down, but she is called actually the Wing Wishes Minty, that would come with like butterfly wings, big green and pink butterfly wings that you put on. And I think it was 2007 or 2006 or something like that. So right in the middle of the G3 line, which, you know, these were the ponies of the 2000s. Mine, the 2 others that I have, even have different green tones, but I think it's normal that this one is a little bit more of a darker green, or like yellowy green. All of the Minties kind of had different green tones, a little bit at least. Her hair is faded, so fading pink. You see it still being a thing in generation 3. She would have pink hair, light pink hair, but sun has gone to it and now it's white. Still, you know, the typical iridescent glitter tinsel in the hair for G3. She's still a beautiful pony. Hair is in pretty good condition. So I'm so happy that I found my Minty. Yeah, a couple of Care Bears ones. I'm just asking myself if this is the old one. I mean, the artwork isn't old, but yeah, 85. Yes, the original Care Bears movie. And it's in English also. That's good. And she has this ginormous Godzilla. I don't know if this is like old or like I don't know. I know that in my time they were also sold like this. I have no idea. They're usually very expensive, but like, I don't know. I always wanted one. Might ask for it. Care Bears movie. Godzilla. This was also definitely nothing that I expected. Let's start with the Care Bears movie. You saw that there were multiple DVDs with newer Care Bear episodes or shows. I don't know, you know, the CG animated ones, and that's why I was like, oh, what's that one? And I immediately saw that it looked completely different. It had the MGM logo here on top, and from the back somewhere here it says 1985. So this is the original Care Bears movie from the 80s. Care Bears were a really big thing, and this movie performed very, very well at the theaters. It definitely performed better than a couple of other movies that year that were expected to perform way better. I think Taran der Zauberkessel, The Black Cauldron from Disney, for example, completely flopped, while the Care Bears movie was like very, very well in cinema, although the movie isn't like really good or anything, but Care Bears were just really popular in the mid-80s. I mean, here you can see a couple of original pictures from the movie, because this is not the artwork from the movie. Because the DVD obviously is not from 1985, since in 1985, I mean, you probably hardly had any videotapes like VHS. This one was released in 2005. Yeah, so it's released on a DVD in 2005. But you can see it here, a couple of Care Bear cousins. Yeah, that movie introduced the Care Bear cousins. So, and I'm super happy that this one will be also in English language, so I don't have to watch it in German, because the My Little Pony movie from the 80s in German, well, that was not really good. So I will watch it in English, so hopefully it's a little bit better then. I have not watched it. I mean, it was just last weekend that I went out and got this. And yeah, I got this Godzilla. I have thought about getting myself one of those big Godzillas for a while now, because I mean, they are clearly something from the 80s and 90s. I remember seeing them in toy stores back then, especially in my local toy store. I was kind of afraid of them, but also not really, because I like dinosaurs, but like, I don't know, it's not a dinosaur, so I didn't know Godzilla back then. And the truth is, I can also not really tell you a lot about this. I mean, you probably all have heard about Godzilla. It's a giant monster from, you know, Japanese movies way back in the, I don't know, 50s, 60s, when people were wearing these rubber suits, stomping through big, you know, miniature Tokyo houses, you know, and those were the movies, the Japanese kaiju movies with Godzilla and Mothra and whatever they are all called, Mechagodzilla and whatsoever. And in the 90s there was another Godzilla movie. A couple of years ago we had another Godzilla movie. There's so many Godzilla movies, and there's also so many Godzilla toys. But this mold is one that is very, very commonly used, a knockoff mold. I think Imperial used to produce these molds, but also then Dorme, another company in the 80s. And also this one also doesn't have a Dorme stamp, it just has a China stamp. So this is a China knockoff, just called China. And it's also very hard to kind of identify like when this is exactly from, because they all have the same mold. They have different colors. So mine has, you know, the spray, or like, you know, the what is it, spray painted like green, and in the front more white. The eyes are red, I mean, at least somewhat. It is one that has not too many teeth, so a little bit less teeth. So and it is one that has, instead of the pebbles, it has the moon crates. So it tells me it's a little bit newer. So my guess goes to that this is more like 90s, like 96. A lot of them have these moon crates at the scales. Articulation is very basic. You can turn the tail and just the like normal, like, you know, legs and arms, and then the head. But what do I know? It's all just like a guessing from what I can find online about them. They are so common, but they are not really so like cheap. I see them at flea markets, I don't want to say often, but here and there, and people, especially if it's like resellers, etc., they try to charge maybe 25 or something for them. A couple of them might go for higher, but if you look like on eBay, you can get them for around maybe 10 if you bid on it. So like auctions go up to maybe 5 or 10 euros sometimes. Just I have recently seen one getting sold for like just €1.50. So like whatever, I paid €3 and another euro for this. So like that's fine, because most often people charge a little more at flea markets. This was just, you know, my local flea market, the lady with the Care Bears DVDs, and she also had this. And so if, yeah, I don't know, my guess is it's more like 90s or even newer, but it's definitely the same look that I remember from way back when I was a child, like early 90s. I picked this up now because I have a space for it. I rearranged a little bit in my bedroom and have more space for also bigger boy toys, so it can roam high upon all of my other boy toys, and being the monster that it is. I like dinosaurs, I like big monsters. I'm not particularly a Godzilla fan. I don't like the old Japanese movies. They are creepy to me. I don't like when people, like when you can see it's just a guy in a rubber suit. I have kind of an issue with that. But I know they are like super iconic, and I mean, it's just a fun thing. It's just a giant monster. So yeah, and I think that was the last clip that I filmed? I don't know, I'm not sure. But definitely I didn't film when I got these. Yeah, I got more sticker albums. The outside isn't that like special. It's, you know, ponies, real horses. But why did I pick up this? Because it has amazing stickers in it, and a couple of them I remember from my childhood. A couple of flea market videos ago, I already picked up a sticker album just for nostalgia's sake, and here I couldn't not get them because there's so many of these holographic stickers, the, you know, felted, like very soft stickers, and these peacocks I had as a child. It's like when I saw them I was like, oh, I remember them. They have this kind of soft material that's, you know, like a fabric, that feels like a soft fabric. Not really the typical like that feel like felt. So it's different. But these I remember from my childhood. But here's so many more great stickers. These have also this texture. Here's one of the other textured ones, a lot of glittery ones, a lot of horses or unicorns, some that are even like holographic and puffy stickers all in one, super cool Disney ones. Here are some from the Wendy magazine, it even says Wendy. Lion King again, glittery ones, puffy stickers. So many different ones, and like, yeah, for these two sticker albums I paid like €2 together. I was like, that's fine. I even don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but it was again this thing like nostalgia hit me and I was like, yep. And yeah, a couple of you have, like, when my last video aired, when I picked up the sticker album, were like, there are people out there who are actually collecting old stickers, especially on Kleinanzeigen, so a German kind of offer-up site. There's always people who are offering up toys and say, I would like to trade against old stickers. So I don't know if I want to one day show them to those people and get a couple of toys for that, or if I want to keep them, because here's even more like the soft touch ones. Oh, look at these kitties in the basket. Yeah, so 2 more sticker albums because I'm stupid, or because I don't know, because apparently now I'm collecting old stickers. I mean, not really, but so although not expecting to go out toy hunting in June at all, I mean, I'm not mad that I did. I mean, I found so many good things. So I hope you enjoyed this, although this was kind of a long video for being not really a big flea market hunt, but I mean, I picked up so many Barbie fashions and all of that. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I'm really always super happy when you do that already. I mean, watching is already enough, of course, but if you want to do a little bit more, give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to do even more, you can also comment down below. That also helps out my channel. And if you're not subscribed yet, but you are into all of those vintage toys, then maybe you consider subscribing. Push the button, push also the notification bell. That helps you get a notification when my video goes up. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you real soon, and may the toys be with you. Bye!